All right, the Detroit Lions making moves today. A lot has happened. 4 defensive players have been signed, but let's start off with this. The Lions are reportedly going to lose Kevin Zeitler to the Titans. 1 year, $9 million. You never know how incentive-laden that is, but still $9 million for a 35-year-old. That's a $3 million raise from what the Lions gave him last year. So he's thinking, gee whiz, the last year I'm going to play could get an extra $3 million for my family in retirement. That's just how it goes. So Zeitler, I think we were probably trying to get back for $5-6 million, and he can get $9 million. That's tough. So here we go. Other news that has happened today. The Lions re-signed Miles Adams, and these are defensive linemen, so this is a good thing. So Miles Adams was like a late added off of the Seahawks practice squad, so I get it. Don't get too excited, but it's adding depth to the 53-man, to the defensive line. Fine. Miles Adams played a little bit. Fine. Next one was Levi Onwuzurike, a 1 year, $5.5 million deal. So good news, bad news. You get Levi back, which is debatable because he was injured. He finally had a good year last year. Or just it was out there, played, was part of the defense. Nothing spectacular, but not a bust. There was a thought like this dude's a bust. But you bring him back, so that's good. But the really good thing about this is $5.5 million contract, 1 year. This is the perfect. Remember what we're doing. You can look at the defensive linemen that have gone off the board. That it's like Josh Sweat, $20 million a year for 5 years or 3 years here. Or that is what bad teams do. It's plain and simple. We've seen it time and time again. What you do is you build through the draft and you sustain through the draft. We have built through the draft. We have superstars on our team. So again, before we get like freaked out about Levi, it's like, what are we doing? Are we going to get somebody good? It's like, I get it, but we're okay. We're okay. So Levi's coming back. I'll get to our new guy here in just a second. 2 new guys. We got Grant Stewart out of the Colts, linebacker. 26, spent the last 3 seasons with the Colts and been a big part of their special teams. Grant Stewart has been one of the best special teams for the Colts since they acquired him from the Buccaneers ahead of the 2022 season. So this guy takes the spot of Jalen Reeves-Maybin and provides linebacker depth, special teams guy. Okay? Again, you're getting like, what the heck are we doing? All right, here's the one that is like, okay, finally we do something, is we get a defensive tackle. And this is what I've been kind of waiting for. So Roy Lopez from the Cardinals is who the Lions get. 1 year, under $5 million. Now, you think, all right, what's up with this guy? Everybody is just like a perfect Dan Campbell guy. Roy Lopez was a badass last year. Hard to see how this team's D-line is better by not giving him less than $5 million for 1 year. So this is a Cardinals fan. Be like, well, what are we doing? Here's what the head coach of the Cardinals said. He said, 4th-year defensive lineman. So Roy Lopez, who enjoys coming to work and gets better every day. I love a bunch of Roys. Here we go. Let's see if we can see this.
Coming right from there.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's unblocked, but hey, love it. Here he is right there. So, defensive tackle that we desperately needed, because remember, Aleem McNeil injured, DJ Reader a little bit older, Onwuzurike is like not really Pascal. They're not really D tackles, so we got our D tackle right there. So we got 4 defensive players that we sign. Zeitler's gone, so that interior offensive line is definitely something we have to be looking at, and is a concern. Definitely. It's definitely something we got to be looking at. Now, Craig Reynolds comes back. I don't know. I'm not a love Craig, but also fine. No big deal. So a lot of man, it's tough because it's like, man, what are we I'd love a splash. I get it. We all would love a splash signing, one of those defensive ends that were out there that you're just like, man, let's make a real big splash. But you can't pay these dudes a third contract, $20 million a year, and be stuck with that. It just doesn't work. How many times have we seen it? How many times, did we bring in a defensive end, or somebody that we thought, okay, Trey Flowers, like, look at this guy, and it just doesn't work. So if you look at the free agent defensive ends that are out there still, it's just, let me get to it. I'd take a flyer on somebody, like what are we doing? Why not? But I still, all right, here we go. There's a lot of guys out there. But you're just looking at 32, 34, Preston Smith, Deshaun Hand. No. These dudes are like, I want a lot of money. It's like, no. Brandon Graham. Muhammad, I'd like to see him back. But look at some of these deals, right? Josh Sweat, 4-year, $76 million. No, thank you. Chase Young. Someone put a tweet out there. It was like, man, no one has just created generational wealth off of aura alone like Chase Young. 100%. Dude looks sweet. Gets in there a little bit. 3-year, $51 million. These contracts are huge. Like Khalil Mack, a $20 million. I'm just rounding up. $20 million for a year. So, point is, would I love a splash? Absolutely. I'd love sign anybody. I seriously, like, just that's what you're doing right now. If you're a Lions front office, you're doing your research. Which one of these guys? Hey. But they're also saying, no, I'm worth more than that. I'm worth more than that, whatever the Lions are throwing out there. So I would love to see us get a defensive end, of course. However, I understand where we're at. We have stars all over offensively, defensively. Brian Branch, Kirby Joseph, Hutchinson. Our linebacking core is good. Terrion Arnold's a star. Enos Rakestraw might be. We're really just one defensive end away from doing some things. So it's not like we've transitioned. I think Lions fans, we're always trying to build our team. And it's like, man, the team is really built up. 15 wins last year. 15-2. So it's frustrating that we're not doing a little bit more, but at least we got some sort of action going. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't, and we'll see all of you on the next one.